Alrighty, this is decimal equations and inequalities. This is for Thursday evening, so we did fractions and now we're doing decimals. Okay, instead of dealing with decimals, you can do it. You can use the decimals if you'd like to, but you can also multiply by 10 to get rid of the decimal. So on this first problem, for example, if I multiply each term by 10, 10 times 0.9y minus 10 times 0.7 equals 10 times 4.2. This makes the problem a little bit easier sometimes, so that way you don't have to deal with the decimals. So if I multiply 10 times 0.9, that gives me 9y. 10 times 0.7 gives me 7. And 10 times 4.2 gives me 42. Now I'll add 7 to each side. I'm going to carry on over here to the right. So 9y equals 49. Divide by 9, divide by 9. Okay, at this point you can get your calculator and you can do 49 divided by 9 to get your decimal. So y equals 5.4. And it repeats. And of course, you can always check your answer. All right, number 4. I'm going to write this on a separate sheet of paper. We're going to do number 4 together. Okay, on number 4, we have 0.7, 3x plus 6, 1.1 minus x plus 2. Okay, I'm going to multiply by 10. So I'm going to multiply the 0.7 3x plus 6. This is its own term. So you're not multiplying 10 by everything. You can just multiply it by the 0.7. Then we have 10 times 1.1 minus 10 times x plus 2. Okay, again, you want to multiply this 10 times the 0.7. That gives you 7. 3x plus 6 equals 11, 10 times 1.1, minus, and now we're going to distribute the 10 to each. So minus 10x minus 20. I'm going to take this 7 and distribute it to each inside the parentheses. So 7 times 3x is 21x. 7 times 6 is 42. I can combine on the right side the 11 and negative 20. So I have negative 10x. And if you add 11 and negative 20, you get negative 9. Okay, variables on one side, numbers on the other. So I'm going to subtract 42, subtract 42. So 21x equals negative 10x minus 51. I want to get this 10x to the other side, so I'm going to add 10x, add 10x. So 31x equals negative 51. Divide both sides by 31. Okay, get my calculator. Negative 51 divided by 31. Negative 1.645. And of course, you can always plug that back in to check it. So on number 4, I'm going to write x equals negative 1.645. Okay, we're going to work number 6 together. We have 0.8 minus 4b minus 1 equals 0.2 plus 3, 4 minus b. Okay, I'm rewriting the problem. I'm going to multiply by 10 each term, so 10 times 0.8 minus 10 times 4b minus 1 equals 10 times 0.2 plus 10 times 3, 4 minus b. Sorry, kind of ran out of some room there. So I multiplied each term by 10, so 10 times 0.8 is 8. 10 times 4 here is 40, and don't forget your b minus 1. 10 times 0.2 is 2. 10 times 3 is 30, and you have your 4 minus b in parentheses. So now I have 8 minus, and I'm going to distribute this 40 into the parentheses, so 40b. Negative 40 times negative 1 is positive 40. I have 2 plus 30 times 4 is 120 minus 30b. Combine like terms on the left. We have 8 and 4. So we have negative 40b plus 48. And on the right we have a 2 and a 120. So 122 minus 30b. Okay, I am going to bring this 48 to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 48 from each side. So 122 minus 48. So we have negative 40b equals 74 minus 30b. Add 30b here. Add 30b to this side. So negative 10b equals 74. We're going to divide both sides by negative 10. Cancels out, therefore b equals negative 7.4. So on number 6 for my problem, I'm going to write b equals negative 7.4. Forgot to box in number 4. Okay, and number 8. I'm going to multiply each term by 10. So 10 times 2.9y minus 10 times 4.6 equals 10 times 0.6y. So 10 times 2.9 gives us 29y. Negative 10 times 4.6 is negative 46. And 10 times 0.6 is 6y. I'm going to get this negative 29 and bring it over here. So negative 29y, negative 29y, really subtracting. So we have negative 29 and positive 6 gives us negative 23. So I'm going to carry on over here. So negative 46 equals negative 23y. Then I'm going to divide by the negative 23, divide by negative 23. So negative 46 divided by negative 23 is positive 2. Yeah, I don't know why I have this paper here. Okay, so in class on Friday you will work 5, 7, and 9. And right now I'm going to work number 12 with you. It's an inequality. Okay, for number 12 we have, I'm going to write on another piece of paper. Actually I can do this one here. You're going to multiply this first term by 10, just as we've been doing, 0.4x plus 10 times 5. Multiply each of these terms by 10 times 1.2x minus 10 times 4. So 10 times 0.4x gives us 4x. 10 times 5 gives us 50. Is less than or equal to 10 times 1.2 is 12x minus 40. Okay, variable one side, number the other. So I'm going to start by subtracting 50 from each side. So that leaves me with 4x is less than or equal to 12x minus 90. Okay, I'm going to carry on over here on the right. So I have 4x is less than or equal to 12x minus 90. I'm going to bring this 12x to the other side. Let me zoom in for you. So I'm going to subtract 12x here, subtract 12x here. And that gives us 8x is less than or equal to negative 90. And then we do divide by 8. So negative 90 divided by 8 is x is less than or equal to negative 11.25. Okay, and we are going to move down to number 20. Number 20, I'm going to write on another sheet of paper. We have 0.5, 2x plus 1 is greater than 2.5 minus x minus 3. I'm going to multiply the first one by 10. So 0.5, 2x plus 1, 10 times 2.5 minus 10 times x minus 3. And I might write this a little bit differently. You might want to write it so that you don't think you're distributing it to everything. Like this. I'm sorry. There we go. So 10 times 0.5 would be 5. 2x plus 1. That's how you should write it. Then you have 25. Take this 10, distribute it. So 10x plus 30. Negative times a negative. I'm going to take this 5 and distribute it here. So we have 10x plus 5 is greater than 25 minus 10x plus 30. I can combine my 25 and my 30. So that leaves me with 10x plus 5 is greater than, when I combine 25 and 30, I end up with 55 minus 10x. I'm going to bring this 5 to this side by subtracting it. That leaves me with 10x is greater than 50 minus 10x. I'm going to add 10x to get it to the other side. 20x is greater than 50. Then I'm going to divide by 20 to isolate the x. So x is greater than, oh, I'm so sorry, you can't even see that. X is greater than 50 over 20, which can reduce. So x is greater than 5 over 2. Give you a second there in case you didn't catch that as it wasn't on the screen. right? X is greater than 5 over 2. This is number 20, so it goes down here. And you will work problems 15, 16, 17, and 18.